Meanwhile, I have something yummy. The Polish ladies at Anya's made me a batch of them. And the batch is only 12, but you only need about 2 for a meal. So I've got a week's worth of pierogies to get on right now. And can I tell you how good they are? I can tell you, but if you haven't had them, you don't understand. These particular pierogies are potato and cheese, my personal favorite. And those ladies know that. Um, I spent the last $6 I had on pierogies. I can't think of a better place to put the money. You spend your last $7 or $8. Who are you going to give it to? If you got $7 or $8 and that's it, you probably need it worse than anybody else. So hang on to it. A pierogi store might come your way. You never know. I have there's one person in here. I don't know who that is. Show yourself. Or if you can't show yourself, oh, you know what? Let me put this, invite people into the chat. Copy to clipboard. Goodbye. Okay. Now, I'm going to put it in the chat. Maybe. Or maybe not. Well, let's go over and try this again. There. Copy to clipboard. Go back over here. And put it in there. Najuma Brown, bless your heart, honey. It's so good to see you on here. You're a blessing. I can't wait to meet you in person. Mommy and I went on somebody was asking where we went and when we went. We were, well, our original schedule, the ship rather, I started to say the ship landed. Yeah, it was a super ship. The ship we disembarked on last Sunday, not this 2 days ago, but 9 days ago. We were going to spend the night in Orlando and then fly out Monday afternoon. It's all going to be nice and real pretty, real sweet. I'm trying to get my pierogies open. Anyway, we did not make it Monday afternoon. Rather, we had a very kind of a scary episode. I don't remember any of it. I'm going only by what my wife and the medics provided me. They said that I blacked out, went unconscious. When they found me, I wasn't speaking. I couldn't breathe. They had to, get me in a better way. Then I was in bad shape. They wanted to, on this Tuesday, which would have been 1 week ago today, they came into my hospital room, the neurosurgeon did, and he said, we're going to have to do surgery on your back. And that's just not something anybody enjoys hearing. And, I was feeling good, having a cruise with my wife, and reasonably good cruise. I fell once in the cabin and knocked myself out again, but not so bad. And Dewey was there. Dewey Drzezinski, whatever his last name. He's Polish. I don't know all those Polish words because they use like 27 consonants. But Dewey was great. He's the perfect gentleman. Now, Juma, I am just wondering what your situation is. Are you into doing something, or are you just happy with life the way it is? Because if you're looking for somebody, honey, I can't think of a better man. That guy, he's an angel. He is so generous and helpful. Um, I see him doing things and I'll say, stop, stop, stop. And he's like, well, you never stop. And he's right, but when you see other people doing it, you just don't expect it. Good day, friends from the Chicagoland area, the Metroplex. The Metroplex here is a little over 10 million people. I'm not sure what the metropolitan area of Melbourne is, but that's where our friends, the Down Under Cruisers, Sean and Ilana Ornelas, hail from there, and we're so glad, always glad to have them here with us. They are part of the people that organized the charity event. And I think I put it on, I tried to put it on my Facebook page. I thought I got the thing done, but I can't find it anywhere. It did show up on my PayPal thing, so at least I know the money got to where I meant for it to be. But Sean and Ilana joined with, I believe it was Heather and Dwight of the Us and More cruising bunch, and also Cindy Spiker. Cindy Spiker, by the way, is the travel agent that was handling this all. So we're just glad to have all them putting their hands into this beautiful event. This time, the candidate chosen, for those of you that don't know, the Helping Hands for Cruising is what it's called. And it's designed to give someone a chance to cruise that otherwise may not have a chance. You know, it happens that way, right? Hey? So the person who won or who was decided on, we were grateful to have had you on our cruise. Yes. Hello, Victoria May. God bless your heart. Very good to see you, honey. 5 million. 5 million in the Melbourne area. Wow. I didn't realize it was that big. How many in Sydney? Because I thought Sydney was the largest city. But I thought Sydney was about that. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe just stuff I hear on ABC News. Got me some Polish pierogies. Holy cow. I can't even tell you how good these are. I'll just show you. They're just delicious. I'm not going to spit them out, but they're so good. I'm so sloppy with them. I have to use a hand towel from the bathroom that I keep here in case I throw up during the night. Sydney is, did I say 64? No, 6 million. Okay. Well, down under, the Sydney population is not that much bigger than Melbourne. Very fascinating. Was very happy to be able to help someone only by recommendation. There was a cruise matchup that needed to happen. And I'm not going to tell you it was a love match. It was not. Although the way it lined up, it was an act of love. I'm so happy to have some of these people as my friends. And I had, my wife and I both, we had a conversation with a friend of ours who said, you know, there's a real need, and you have plenty of money. You'll never spend it all. Eric B., welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Eric. We're going to sail the high seas. Eric, are you going on that back-to-back with Rob? I think he's doing. Let's just say, Alan, could you please ask your church to pray for my great niece who's in a critical condition, has opened a GoFundMe for medical experts. Oh my goodness. Yes, Victoria. We will announce that. We have a prayer team, in fact. We do have prayer meeting every week before Bible study begins on Friday. On Wednesday night. But a half hour before, the whole church is invited to pray, and we use like a white, a erase board. So we will remember Victoria May's great niece. I got bad news while I was still in Orlando. I didn't finish that story, did I? It doesn't have a real good ending, but they took me. I fell bad, and the medics came to the hotel room before we could get on our plane, and they took me to the hospital. As it turns out, it was not a good hospital. I could have told them that, but mm, 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 mm. However, I wasn't. I was just surprised because Orlando is a very popular American city. Probably three of the top five tourist destinations in the country are probably within Disney World. Um, I'm trying to think of what they might be. I'm sure there's places in New York, probably the new World Trade Tower, the Statue of Liberty. In California, you've got Disneyland. That's where Walt Disney originally started his work. But it's eclipsed several times over now by Disney World. Yeah. Um, Victoria, you're probably reading this too, but Sean of Down Under Cruises, and they're going to pray for your great niece. And, with Eric B. and the Down Under Cruise. Yes, absolutely. Um, at the end of my hospital stay, which was quite traumatic, they were coming to get my wife was coming to get me. We had some friends that lived down there. They found her on Facebook, or a friend of ours had put it on Facebook that we were down there, but none of our people, and we've now found out that three of our people were right there in the area, but we didn't know that then. So one of the guys that my parents had picked up, and I remember, I was a little boy, but I remember 45 years ago, probably, picking Jim up from his house. And then when he went away to the army, my mother always wrote letters to people, handwritten. And I would write him too, and I'd put it in her envelope. So she and I would both have a letter in the oven. And then, but we always loved him, and we always reached out to him when he was home, and from his break. We always reached out to Jim, and of course, we always loved his wife, Liza. Let's see. She was in chat and run on the 6th and had so many serious injuries. Oh my. Water around her heart and swelling oh my God, on the brain and many breaks and fractions, tears and tears, excuse me, and internal injuries. Oh, Victoria, honey, you did the right thing by asking for prayer. Here we go with a little Bible study for you. Don't ever let God be your last resort. Make him your first choice. Okay? That's always better. He can do the work and work the deed, as it were. In anytime you choose to pray. But in our minds, we feel like we're going to save the minor little people, if you will. And I'm not trying to compare God to people. I'm just saying in our minds, if we do that, we place him kind of at the back of the line in our minds only. Don't leave him standing at the back door to the house. Open the front door and invite him on in. There was an old song that Andre Crouch wrote, did it years ago. Come on in. Won't you come on in? You're Jesus, and you can come right on in. Yeah, it's a good song. Don't get me happy. I'll break something else. But anyway, please remember Victoria's great niece. Victoria, I had, and I certainly hope this doesn't happen for your niece. My niece died, had a heart attack, and dropped over dead. And she was 42. No. 44, 45, 46, 46. She just turned 46. When I was born, my sister, the rebel of the bunch, she took me on a car ride, and we went over, and she parked right in front of the ambulance entry to the hospital. Totally illegal. We went up the back stairs of the hospital. Now today, there would be cops on us and people saying that we were trying to bust in and whatnot. Pam didn't care. Pam wanted to get me up to see my oldest sister's first child. And my sister is named Chena. She's still alive. She's taking care of my father. And she took care of my mother until mother died about a year and a half ago. But I was not allowed to be there. Did you, in your area, when you were coming up, did you have any regulations or rules on age that said anybody under 12 years old could not come up to the hospital? Now, I did. It was well known you did not go to the hospital if you were under 12. Whether they were babysitting for you, it did not matter. That was a staunch rule. Well, Pam just didn't care. Pam broke all the rules at home. She took a beating for it. You know, we all got beat when we were kids, and we didn't complain about being hurt. More pierogi. I just can't articulate how good that is. If you were here, you could have a couple of those. Oh, I'm going to have to quit now. I'm getting ready to go. Work so wicked. Stop, you quit. Blaine is here. You know who that is, don't you? That's Blaine Rayleigh. If you don't know him, you need to get to know him because he's a lovable guy. He promotes unison. There's nothing about that. My niece is only 28 years old. Please, if you checked out my videos of the information is in the about section. Okay. Good day, Blaine. How are you? Says Sean. Sean saying hi to Amy. I don't see Amy. There's Amy down at the bottom of my list. You know, this YouTube puts one up, and these people will be corresponding with somebody, and you don't see them clear down here. You're like, where's that person? Anyway, I'm just glad to have all of you. You're always welcome in my house. You don't even have to know anybody. All you have to do is promise me you're going to demonstrate love, not hate. Don't bring hate in here. It is not welcome. Love, however, is welcome. Let's see. So, hello, Amy. Good to see you, sweetie. I'm trying to be okay. Najuma Brown, yes. Oh, Victoria, that's the worst, isn't it? When you see things happening to people and they're on the inside. And I can tell you this, because I've had several comas in the last 6 years. I have this latest round that I had has terrified me in a sense because I've never spent so many years of my life working, praying, preaching, teaching, all these things, only to have it gone. erased, just fly away. And it's not there anymore. And I have people with the best of intentions, really they are, but they'll say things like, oh, God's going to give it all back. And I don't know if God's going to do that or not. I'd like him to, but I don't know. I can't say that. Um, I don't really know what God wants from my life, and that's okay. Because one thing I do know, whether I like his will or not, I know it's perfect. And that's kind of hard to reconcile, isn't it? We've got an amazing creator of the universe that absolutely put this universe in motion. He may have used a Big Bang to do it, and nobody wants to acknowledge God. I personally, I do believe in a Big Bang. But I believe somebody caused the Big Bang. Somebody had to light the match. And I'm glad he did. And I'm so glad to have you in my life. Really, I mean that. I had to get a new phone. They couldn't figure out how to do the screen thing, because my wife was trying to call me while I was in the hospital. And I thought, well, that's odd. After it rings and I talk and I try to recall him back, I can't call him back. So she went and got me the same thing I had, which is this One Plus. Except the one I had, the One Plus, was a 7, Model 7. She got me the new version, the 9, One Plus 9. Very nice. Could run a photo studio from it. Some of the noises that you'll hear, I've not gotten used to. I only had it for a few days. We finally got away. Mommy had just outdone herself, looking ahead, seeing ahead. She took care of things with the church. She took care of things with her job. She took care of doctor's appointments, which are many right now for me. She called the airlines and got our tickets moved, AKA Southwest. We love them, but they didn't have to really do what they did. They ended up collecting another $160 from us. Again, no real complaints, It just, you kind of wonder why they have to do that, or are they that broke? And, we are. God puts challenges in your way to see that we can prove to ourselves what God already knows. Yes, absolutely, my brother. And doesn't he always see the beginning and the end at the same time? I used to preach a sermon about that. And I just said very simply, God sees you and Adam and Eve all at the same time. He sees that. Time is an invention of man. Time was not an invention of God. Now he came back. Once man saw that it was getting dark at a certain time of day, God went and talked to Adam. Adam, what are you doing? Adam, I'm calling this bright period daytime. I'm calling this dark period nighttime. Neither one's bad, neither one's good. They're just both the same. And we love what you've done, Lord. Wouldn't it be neat to have been Adam and Eve? You'd have to kind of put your foot up Eve's butt, but I agree, Sean. He does put challenges in our way. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine last night, and he's always asking me, why does God do this with you? Like I'm going to have an answer to that. Why does God do this? Why does God do that? Because he's God, and because he knows that I can take it. And if he did it to somebody else, it might occur to him that they can't take it. Don't let my appearance fool you. I'm a very good actor. My wife's told me that many times. People at the church always say, oh, you look so good. You're looking healthy. And like, well, that means maybe I'm gaining weight. Adam was looking at Eve saying, "The Lord is my shepherd. I see what I want." Right, right, Blaine. That's exactly right. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want. I forget what's one of those Friday movies. That's funny. But everything that ever existed was created by God. The Bible says if God didn't invent it, it doesn't exist. There's a hit on Newton's laws. Anything that exists was created by God. Oh, that's a tough one. When you start thinking about good versus evil, well, God created good, but God didn't create evil. Be careful. Be careful what you assign to God. If you believe things, in your heart and you're okay with it, that's fine between you and the Lord. But don't make that your standard of judging other people. And here's an idea. How about just not judge at all? How about just let them get the pass that you deserved and got waived? Isn't that a good idea? Right. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. I am thrilled to be back here. I don't know how many days a week I'm going to be able to do this. I had some kind of foul up with my computer. I think the devil got into it while I was gone to the hospital down in south of here. But no, I got it working right again. I hit the buttons that look familiar and seems to be going okay. Hey, Blaine, um, I'm going to send you a couple of things. I had also sent these to Danny Griswold, but I'll text you. Oh, and Blaine, please text me again. Text my phone. Don't put it on that messenger thing. Text me your number. I'll send them to you. They are very family friendly places, or even if it's just a couple. Um, it's places I think you might enjoy because I know you have an RV. But I would love for you to be able to go to some of these places. One is Mammoth Cave, very, very nice, part of Cave City. Mammoth is the largest cave, they said, in the world at one time. I know they're still saying it's the largest in America, so I don't know. But that was really neat when I was 11, 12 years old, 100 years ago. And then there's another place, Dale Hollow. You can go rent a houseboat, and if you do that, you're going to need about 4 or 5 other couples. There's space for 6 couples, and you go for the week. You cook your food on the houseboat, everything. You take what groceries you're going to need and what provisions you're going to need. You take with you on this massive boat. It's like 2 and 3 stories high. Showers inside. It looks like an apartment inside. Um, and they have a lot of them have a big slide off the top, so you can slide into the water around you. I think you'd love it, and if you do go, let me know because I would be game for that. It is. Let's just say I was in Mammoth Cave in fall. Oh, okay. So you've been there. Good, good, good. It was Mammoth, wasn't it, Blaine? It's a huge cave, and the whole cave system. When I was a little boy, I've been fat all my life. When I was a little boy, there was a place in there called Fat Man's Squeeze. And you'd have to go through it to feel it, but you really have to suck it in, and you still got to brush both sides of that getting through there. And if you have any breadth to your waistline, you won't get through it. And then you get to go all the way back and wait at a different part of the cave where they come out on the other side. I had an auntie, and Auntie Laura, um, she was going through there with me. She was just all my family. My mother's side of the family, they're all a bunch of fatties. And Aunt Laura was so fat, and she couldn't get through there. And so she turned around. I tried to get through there. I did, but barely. And I was 10, but I was a fat 10-year-old. But we had to turn around and go back. Yeah, it was interesting, Blaine says. Yeah, yeah, it's a neat place. Oh, Blaine, we got to get a houseboat, man. houseboats run around $3,000 or $4,000 for the week. So you'd need, 6 or 7 couples. But it's so neat to go find a place on that massive lake. Um, had to be careful not to touch anything due to the oil on our hands. Oh, well, that's a new one on me, buddy. I understand it, but I haven't heard that before. And that does make sense. That's where I learned about stalactites and stalagmites. Anybody else ever been to a cave? Anybody been to a cave? Got to tell me. Oh, I wanted to tell you. We got out. We got off the ship on Sunday morning, and we had company. John and Nancy. John and Nancy Cha Cha from, I forget the town, but they're from New Hampshire. But very, very sweet people. My wife and I had a wonderful time with them. J&N Travels, you may have heard of them or seen their channel. I can tell you, they both do, they put a lot into their channel. And if you watch their productions, it's really, really, really nice. Um, if you, oh shoot. But if you haven't, go watch they put out some good stuff. Um, they do a lot of touring. They do some cruises. Their fix seems to be more on touring um, around the U.S., especially like the eastern half. They've covered a lot of the eastern coastline. The Atlantic coastline. Because they live in New Hampshire, they've kind of exploited the area that they live in, and it is really nice. They said it would damage the cave inside. Oh, I did not know that. Blaine has given me a good geology lesson. Getting a good geology lesson, excuse me. I don't know. Wonder if Australia has caves. Sean, if you're still here, does Australia have any caves? You know what? I'm going to put this back in the chat if anybody wants to chat. I didn't mean to be so greedy. What is that? Control V. No, that didn't work. Gonna try it again. Clipboard. Copied. Where is that control bit? There we go. I believe that is in the chat. No? Now it's in the chat. There we go. Okay. The towel smells like onions. I'm having a foodasm. It is good. To my pierogies, I say, was it good for you? No, but it was good for me. Yeah. No, I was wondering if, let's see. Hey, wait, where's Larry? Where's Plump? You know what? I'm going to ring him. He is doing here already, and he's not. I'm going to ground him. I'm sending Plump a message. Who all is going on the big cruise, the big cruise in well, that's going to charge you. Don't do that. Who's going in the fall? I know that there's Victoria. Let me let her up here. Oh, come on, you silly thing. Victoria, I surely am trying. Add to stream.
Tap. There you go.
There we go. There we go. How are you, my dear?
I wish I could say I feel better. I just haven't been sleeping and not feeling too good. But can I read to you about my niece?
Absolutely. Please do.
Okay, it all happened last Sunday on the 6th. Sunday the 6th. My niece was walking in a crosswalk on a busy intersection um, in Kennewick. And the news article says pedestrian hit, seriously injured by a pickup on West Clearwater Avenue on Highway 395 in Kennewick. And it says it was February 6th of this month at 10:27 p.m. Officer Cheryl, I can't say her last name, of the Kennewick Police Department released preliminary details. Her injuries, her name is Nayeli. She's 28 years old, and her injuries, she had lacerations on her liver. Both of her legs are broken and one ankle. Her right shoulder arm is broken. Her hip and pelvic is broken. She still has various fractures and broken bones. She had fluid around her heart and swelling in her head. She had to have several blood transfusions due to her abdominal being full of blood. She had exploratory surgery in her abdomen. They fixed the lacerations on her liver and the major arteries that was bleeding. She has not had the surgery she needs on her legs yet. They're currently being held by pins. So some of the surgeries are going to be long, and the doctors are waiting to approval for her to be under anesthesia for a long period of time due to her head injury. She's got swelling on her brain.
Oh,
Her daughter, she's got a little girl about 6, I believe she is worried about her mom and is missing her. Our niece does not know the full extent of her injury. She is still in critical condition. We are staying positive and hopeful. Please continue to share as much as possible. And her half sister left a um, oh God, GoFundMe. They're trying to get money to cover the expenses, um, if not for the hospital fees for the care of her when she does come home. Um, she
is
has
Kennewick, is Kennewick, is that a road in Washington or is that in
no,
Canada?
Kennewick is a town. I'm in it's Pasco, Kennewick, Richland, Benton City, and Burbank. So it's a conglomerate of cities together, and it's called the Tri Cities because when it started, it was just Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland, and then the other and actually one of them is more in Yakima, is considered Yakima County instead of our county, but it's just about, oh, I don't know, 15 miles, across Pasco. But
That sounds like a tribal area, or it was at one time. It sounds like.
Well, it was just a few little, when it first started, it was only a few little farms here and there scattered around. Um, and then it just slowly grew. So we're not far from where Lewis and Clark explored. We're on the Columbia River where Lewis and Clark explored. One of our major parks is called Sacagawea National Park.
Sorry.
Come on, Tico. Um, but she has not woke up since the accident. I don't know for sure if they're keeping her in the coma or whether
Sometimes,
she just simply.
sometimes they do that. They did that. They did that with me 4 or 5 years ago.
Well,
I
they weren't even, when they opened her up initially to stop the bleeding in her abdomen, they didn't even close her up because there was just so much trauma. The truck, that it was a pickup truck, one of the big 4-door pickup trucks that hit her, and it threw her 6 feet into the intersection. And they kept going a little ways, and I guess it was a driver and passengers is the only information we have that was in that truck when, and they jumped out of the truck and ran. So we don't even have any information, or if the police have information, they're not releasing it at this point. So they're asking for people to step up that saw what happened, and nobody's stepping up.
well, and it's 10:30 at night there when it happened.
Yeah, she was in a crosswalk when she got struck too. So,
I wonder if the guy just didn't see it or wasn't paying attention or was
well, it's
playing.
lit up. I mean, they got street lights all over the place right there, and businesses that are very bright. So it was lack of paying attention, or they just was trying to speed through that intersection, and my niece just happened to be in the way.
Oh
I
God!
don't know if they were, we don't know if they were drinking, if the truck was stolen, because they did jump from the truck and leave the truck. Now, I don't believe somebody who owns a truck is going to jump and leave their truck, because it's going to be traced right back to them. So I can only assume that that truck was stolen. So, we don't have a lot of information,
That
and
that would put it in an entirely different class of a crime.
yeah,
If there was an injury or death, I mean, if it was something serious or God forbid the woman die, then that's one thing. If it's an accident, but if
it's
he did it and ran away and didn't confront the police and tell them what was going on,
Yeah,
they're not.
they're searching for the people as far as we know. They're still actively searching. It was a hit and run, and this is my great niece. This is my niece, my sister's only daughter's two youngest children. Less than a year ago, my 24-year-old nephew, her brother, died in a car accident.
Oh my goodness!
And these are her two youngest children, the 24-year-old, and Nayeli is 28, which these are my great niece and nephew, and sweethearts. Both of them were, I mean, yeah, all young people do things that, they grow up to regret one day. But the thing is, they're not getting a chance to grow up to regret it. And
Don't I know it, honey?
God
Don't.
forbid that Nayeli will pass away. I don't, every time I think it, anyway, God forbid.
I know,
I,
honey. Listen, I know. We got the call while I was in the hospital. Shelly, my wife, she walked in and I saw on her face something was wrong. And I thought it was my father because, he's badly missing mother and he just sits in his chair and looks down and that's never been his way. And I thought she was going to come in and say, well, honey, we got a call from Anderson and dad has passed away. I just knew that's what it was. Instead, it was the first grandchild of the family. And I called her husband, who's a nice fellow, um, they have adopted two special needs kids like 10 years ago. And it was very difficult to understand. And I always ask God why. Now, that's not that's not a a down. I'm not knocking off God because I know He has the power to do what He wants. I just why he I just want to know why He does the things He does,
Yeah.
so I can make better choices. And I really do try. Uh,
My niece has two older children. And like I said, she's raising Nayeli's little girl who's only about 6 years old, maybe 7. I'm not sure. She's still pretty young. And I don't know if she understands fully what's happened to her mama.
oh,
Um,
God.
they won't let anybody go into the hospital and be with Nayeli because of this thing that's been going on for years now.
Yeah,
And so nobody can go there and hold her hand and let her know that she's loved and that we're praying for her. And um,
I wish that we could at least send a message to the hospital, to the nurses station, and say, I know that you have so and so in room whatever, whatever. Here's a message for her. We're her family. We love her. We're not allowed to be there, but we love her just the same, and we're praying for even greater days ahead. I wish they'd let us just do that, but around here they won't.
can I share something with you, Papa?
Of course, Victoria.
Okay, it's down in your basement right now. You would bring it up the
Oh,
same way you brought me up.
okay. You know I'm horrible with this stuff. Oh, did I get it? No, I didn't. Okay.
It went back down. There you go.
There
This is Nayeli right here.
Oh,
Um,
this is the one that's in a coma?
yeah, that with all the injuries. This is her. Um, and this is how these people left her in the intersection like this. Um,
Uh, it frustrates me. It frustrates me so bad that, people can't at least say, you know what, I totally screwed up. And I hit this girl 100 feet back. But sometimes it seems like people can't do that. Who is this? I'm going to come back and read Blaine's comments. We got somebody new that I don't know, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Bangerwak, Florence. I don't know. Somebody help me with that. Welcome. I don't know who you are, but you're always welcome here. Thank you for that, Victoria. And
you've got a troll. If somebody who is a moderator could please get rid of the troll.
oh, Blaine, are you a moderator? I think Blaine's a moderator.
Oh, somebody already took care of it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll see it in your StreamYard, but it's now gone from the YouTube side. So somebody took care of it.
Well, there's enough of that foolishness in the world. The world doesn't need any more of that. People feel like they're being funny or cute or whatever, but they don't understand. There are people, especially in my channel, that are very hurting people, and they're broken. And they really don't need that foolishness
Yeah.
coming across their screen.
I'm not sure, Papa, who this person is, but I have seen that person in almost every single person that I follow. That person pops up with doing the same VUM, whatever, NGO. And they never make comments. They just put those letters and go to every place. I mean, they have been in everybody I know and follow, which is a lot of people. Um, and just, I don't know what their purpose is, but
Famnigo. I don't know. I wanted to read you. Oh, so how are you feeling now? Blaine's asking. Now, I know you had a little issue during the cruise, uh, during and after. Yes, Blaine, you read right. If you ever want to know, the best thing to do, you may or may not get me because I got this new phone now, and It's supposed to be the same phone, except two versions newer. It's two versions out of my consciousness. I don't remember how to work that thing, but I'm trying to set it up again. So if you can't get a hold of me, remember my number is still 2100, but Shelly is always 2200. Leave her a voicemail. She will call you back. Let's see what Blaine. Oh, Amy Amethyst Hayes Adventures. She says I'll be on that cruise. Excellent, excellent. That's right. Blaine, just know we have more hope of healing than those who don't have hope in Jesus. Blaine, you are so right, my brother. You are so right. By his stripes we are healed. Thank God we know the great I am. I have prayed that prayer so many times in my life, not just for me, but for family members, for friends, for some of our congregation, for some of the family of our congregation, for somebody's next door neighbor that they're in my congregation, but their neighbor's not, but their neighbor comes and says, "Can I get, the elders to come and lay their hands on me?" We still do that here. Um, and of course, we're the first to oblige. If anybody wants a prayer, my goodness, you can't call yourselves a Christian and not dish out a prayer. So we absolutely will pray for Nayeli.
Yes.
Nayeli.
Her
We
name is Nayeli Perez, and she's in a Seattle hospital right now. And I did 2 videos, and in one of the videos, I was asking and explaining I've been in a coma, and I was in a coma for 3 days, and I don't know about anybody else in a coma, but when I was in a coma, I could still hear, I could still smell, and I could still feel. I just couldn't wake up and respond that I
couldn't
could
respond.
feel and smell and hear everything. And so I had requested that people, if they could, fill Nayeli's room with flowers and cards. Well, I found out that we can't send flowers,
Oh,
but we can send cards and we can send stuffed animals. But my thought was, what a wonderful thing if these nurses would, when they go in there, would read the cards to Nayeli, because I know she would hear them. And then when she woke up and seen a room full of love in the form of stuffed animals,
oh
it
yeah.
would encourage her spirit and help her to heal that much quicker.
I think
And
that would be very nice.
so I've been putting that plea out. And as you saw, there's a GoFundMe for the medical expenses. And but most of all, earnest prayer.
Yeah.
Um, you
Victoria,
know,
where did you put the fund me? I
it's
hear a lot of people say they were doing that thing the other night for that Helping Hands for cruising, and they said now uh, there's a link below.
yeah.
I looked high and low, never could find it.
Well, it's in the second one. It was I didn't see it in the first one, but in the second video, well, the most recent video, at the bottom of all the explanation of her injuries and everything, it's highlighted in blue, the GoFundMe.
Hold on,
Um, let me see if I can.
I'm going to do this while I've got you in here. That way I'll know I didn't screw it up.
Let me see if I can pull it up so I can tell you positively, or
Uh,
at least show. Um,
oh come on.
uh, let's see. Maybe it's in the first one, because I'm not seeing it. I did put it in one of these. Let me go back.
So YouTube. Oh, there's some.
Okay, yeah, it's in the first video I put out. Let me share this. Um, well, actually, I can't drop it because I don't have a wrench. I'm not a moderator, but I can
Okay, wait. How do I do that? How do I do that?
To make me a moderator, you have to be on the YouTube side, Papa, and
Okay.
then find a comment that I've made.
A comment.
And
Are there any on the?
yeah, my comments were made on the YouTube side. So you need to find a comment that I've made, and next to it is three dots.
Right. I'm gonna do that.
If you hit those three dots and scroll all the way to the bottom, it says,
Oh, a wrench. Okay, I got you. That's
yeah, it says moderator.
Victoria May. Okay.
And so if you make me a moderator, then I can drop the GoFundMe link. Yeah, my comments.
Okay, check it out now.
Okay, hold on. Let me copy this. It's not showing yet. If you hit those three dots and scroll all the way to the bottom, it says.
Oh, a wrench. Okay, I got you. That's
Yeah, it's not showing that it's.
Victoria May. Okay.
But I did try to pay. Okay, there it goes. I was just able to drop the GoFundMe link in there.
Okay, check it out now. It asked me if I wanted to add moderator, and I clicked on it.
Yeah, so now I was able to drop it.
Okay.
So it's now in the chat there at the bottom.
Okay, Blaine. Very, very good to see you, my brother. May your day and your week be blessed. If you decide to go on a houseboat, let's put our $500 each together, and we'll have a great week, buddy. But bless you for your faith and for sharing with others. And peace to you and Mal, and hopefully get to meet you in person someday soon. Bye-bye, Blaine. Blaine's heading out, everybody. This was a bot. Somebody said this is a bot.
Yeah, the one I called a troll is actually a bot. And
bot, like a robot.
Well, it's somebody, more or less the way I can explain it is they're a troll in training. Or if somebody follows their link, it will take them to porn, different things. So, yeah, the one I called a troll is actually a bot. And
I am so lost with this thing. I'm trying to shut down this.
well, it's somebody, more or less the way I can explain it is they're a troll.
I don't know.
I thank you so much for letting me come up and talk to you about Nayeli, but I'm really not feeling very good. My stomach's kind of upset and I have a headache. And so I'm going to drop down. I might go take a nap when I put my nephew down.
I totally understand, dear. Get some rest, drink lots of water.
And I still love your saying. I wish you would go back to singing it because it was wonderful.
You should hear mommy sing someday.
No, you're saying how you would say he loves you or I love you and he loves you.
Yes,
So
yes. If you ever feel alone in this world, you're not. And if you ever feel unloved, you're not, because he loves you and I love you.
Yes,
So
I
true.
absolutely love it every time you say that. It's a wonderful thing.
That is a meaningful saying, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Papa.
You should hear. Well, I do love you, Victoria. You keep us surprised as.
I love you.
Oh yes, yes.
God bless you, Papa.
Alone in this world. There, I got it shut up. My phone wouldn't shut down.
Hopefully you'll get somebody to come up and keep you company. How about you, Amy?
There's an echo. Well, I shut it off on my phone. Sometimes they said if you have two of them going at the same time, it'll create an echo.
All right, Papa. Thank you so much.
All right, honey. Love you dearly.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Uh, how is everybody else doing? I've talked a little bit to Blaine. Where'd I get Dwayne? Um, all the Dwaynes that I know, they're either star athletes or star musicians. Imagine that. I don't know. There's something in the water, I guess, for ultra talented people to grab hold of. Thank God we know that's great. Thank God we know the great I am. I believe that was Blaine. I'm just catching the end of that. Let me see if I can. He's the great God Jehovah, so greatly to be praised. He's the God that'll take us over every mountain and sand is raised. Gonna head out. Got to finish working for the day. Okay. God, that's a bot. I don't want any robots. They're annoying. Just annoying. I guess that's the idea. Hmm. What's everybody up to for the rest of the week? Huh? This is Tuesday. Is Tony and Jenny? They're on Tuesdays, aren't they? If somebody knows, let me know. I think Tony and Jenny are on tonight. That is Lalita Loca. They have a big channel. God has really been good to them. Sent them multiples to support their channel. Started saying charity. Their channel, and Tony works hard on his production. He puts out a good product every day. Um, there's no easy way to do what he does. It probably comes easier to him than it used to, but I'm convinced it's not easy. Um, I was trying to do 5 to 10 minutes a day. I just, and talking is my forte, but uh, I could not do it that much. And I had no, why is all of Blaine's comments gone? Oh, I don't know. Uh, hmm. Well, you got me there. Why is all of Blaine's comments gone? Why is all Papa Moses? It says you hid. It says I hid of Blaine's comments. Hid them? Did I hide them? How did I do that? Wait a second. I don't remember hiding anything. Maybe I did. I know just enough to be dangerous with this crazy. Um, go in here and see if I can find. Really creative was hidden by Pop. Oh God, no! When did I do that and why? Was hidden by Pop. Oh God, no! When did I do that and why? Was hidden by Pop. Oh God, no! When did I do that and why? Oh, how do I undo? How do I reverse this? Oh, how do I undo? How do I reverse this? How do I undo? How do I reverse this? How do I undo? How do I reverse this? Oh, there's a bunch of them deleted by Papa Mozo. Holy cow! Oh, there's a bunch of them deleted. They said it would damage the cave inside it. Holy cow! Oh, there's a bunch of them deleted. They said it would damage the cave inside it. Oh my God. Sweet God of love. Papa Moses, sowing the seeds of love.
It's right there. Yeah. There you go, Buffet.
You can see the wave. You can see the waves. Yeah, and now it has just died. Because it has calculated it. So now it's just let's see. Guys, put your cameras ready. You can see. You can see exactly what something has happened. If it's a crocodile, grab it, you just say drown. It's getting close. It's here now. The crab is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the waves?
Just went under.
That crab is moving very fast now. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. There.
Oh!
You see that?
Oh!
It's swimming with it. It's going this side. Let me move a little bit forward.
Yeah, they did all the work.
La electricidad no es un juego, pero lamentablemente estos animales lo descubrieron demasiado tarde. Veamos las reacciones de cada animal cuando sienten la electricidad.
They're running out of power. Yeah, baby. Damn. Just right.
When your kid says, "There's a big shop, get cupcakes delivered free the same day with Walmart Plus.
In
Una descarga eléctrica puede causar quemaduras o puede no dejar ninguna marca visible en el cuerpo. En cualquier caso, si una corriente eléctrica atraviesa el cuerpo, puede causar daños internos, un paro cardíaco u otras lesiones.
not really sure what he's doing. Whoa.
Algunos animales, como esta ardilla, se quedan electrocutados y sujetos al tendido eléctrico. Eso significa que la electricidad pasa con mucha facilidad a través de algún cuerpo al hacer contacto directo con una corriente eléctrica, y esto puede ser mortal. La corriente eléctrica que pasa por el cuerpo genera calor. Este calor quema y destruye los tejidos. Las quemaduras pueden afectar tanto a los tejidos internos como a la piel. En el caso de los animales, esto ocurre con mayor rapidez por el pequeño tamaño de los individuos. Como hemos podido apreciar, la energía eléctrica es poderosa y por ninguna razón debe evitar manipularla. Lo mejor que puedes hacer es cuidar a tu mascota de cercas eléctricas, ya que la corriente lo puede matar. Yo te pregunto, ¿crees que el oso cruzó la cerca porque no había corriente o lo hizo con mucho cuidado? Espero tu respuesta en los comentarios. Nos vemos en el próximo programa. Saludos.
Daniel Fields. Daniel Fields, I hope you're doing well, sir. Very good to see you this Tuesday afternoon. Let's see. 3:33, and it's 3:35. Well, you probably thought no one was here, huh? I've got a new phone, which I still can't figure out the old one, but now it's back to square one again. I had to have a new phone when I got off the ship last Sunday, and by Monday morning I was hospitalized, unconscious. Very rough Sunday. We did get off the ship and have lunch with John and Nancy Cha-Cha. That's how you say their name, Cha-Cha. Looks like Ciarcia or something like that, but it's pronounced Cha-Cha. And yes, he's Italian, which was great for me. So in the future, I know where we can go eat. We were in Orlando. We've been on the Magic all last week and had a wonderful time, except for the times that weren't. And the only times that weren't were times that I had fallen and couldn't get up. Hang on. My goodness. Oh man, this back and hip. So what is going on in Simi Valley? Tell me. I don't live there. I don't keep up, can't keep up with everything going on there. I try to keep an eye on the weather. But your weather is usually good. It's either dry or hot and dry. Do you get much of a wet season there? Daniel. I need the best of your weather knowledge. Tell me what's going on there. Simi Valley. Sounds flat and hot. And perhaps deserty. True? No? Mm. Everyone needs pierogies. And everyone else needs pierogies from Anya's. Can I just tell you how good they are? You may or may not have any faith in my judgment of food. I've been doing this a long time, though. And if it's good, you got to believe me, it is really good. This is not bad at all. This is all good. Handmade, homemade every day. Well, not every day. They make a different kind every day. They have 3 different varieties. The one I'm eating right now is potato and cheese. The other one is sauerkraut and mushroom. And the other one is meat, which is kind of like tastes like a young lamb, maybe. It's hard for me to eat that because it's a little bit spicy. But let us all remember, I don't eat salt or pepper. I've been trying out my new phone, which I guess is just 2 generations later than my old phone, or 2 generations newer. I don't know. You figure it out. Who all is here? Tell me who is here, and tell me where you're from, because there may be people here that don't know. A lot of you I know. Yeah. Or I'm supposed to anyway. If you've been on this channel long, you know that last year was a very hard year for my health. Had traumatic brain injury. Not fun. I don't recommend it for anyone. Four people here. And I have the 5 quietest people in America here. I put the link in the chat, but I think I'm going to put it in one more time. Okay. There is the link to the chat. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome. We're a judgment-free zone. Just the way we are. That's how I roll. Shh. Don't tell my boss I'm watching. Shh. I'll bet your wife already knows. I think she told. Sean, do you do pierogies? Do Australians like pierogies? That's not what I picture Aussies eating, but who knows? I've never lived there. I'm going to have to go get another soda. There's no more in here. The only fridge now is the one in my room. So I have to excuse myself for about 30 seconds. I do any food, Papa. Excellent, excellent. You know, the people on the ship, they did not know what pierogi was. I'm like, you're going to be cooking for me the next week and you don't know what pierogies are? I don't know. It did surprise me. I could make you a wicked pizza. Wicked. Could. Won't, because they won't let me. But I could. I can toss them over my head. Still catch them spinning. Make them stretch and stretch and stretch, then fold them back up. In Latvia, pierogi and Paragon. Never been there. Been to Latvia? No, never been to Latvia. Is there a Latvian population there? Or is this a food item that you like there? Inquiring minds want to know. Hold on. I have to go. Oh, no, I don't. I still have some Pepsi. I went shopping today. Wasn't supposed to be out of the house, but I had a scooter, thank God. Oh, and just so you know, and everyone needs to know, those who had a generous heart and contributed any amount to the Papathon, whenever it was, very thankful that the Watkins led us all down that path, let us do what was the right thing to do, even though I was the beneficiary. I spent my whole life giving whatever I had, and I mean anything I had, went to somebody else every time. It's the way I lived. It's what kept me broke. It's why I'll die broke, and I don't regret it. There's biblical precedent to certainly go the other way. And I read it, seen it, taught it. But I appreciate the people that donated the money to me. Out of the $6,000, I was able to get a brand new scooter. My electric scooter was around $2,000 plus tax and delivery fee and all that. But I never could have done that. I never could have done this week in this cruise without that money. I will tell you this, for those of you that are on here that are going on a cruise for the first time, and I know that includes Larry and also Eric V. Eric V. Seems like there was someone else. I don't remember who, but my heritage is Latvian Lithuanian. That's one of my foods, peregrine, which you call pierogi. Gotcha. Thank you for the lesson. But lost my place. What was I saying? Looking forward to having a meal with you on the ship. Yeah. Oh, if you've never cruised before, whatever you're planning on taking with you for spending money, do your homework as far as all the things that you need to do. There are acceptable standards, and there are some people whose standards don't line up. And don't embarrass yourself. Study ahead of time. Get your head in the right place mentally to say, okay, I got to do tips for servers. And that doesn't mean just food servers. It's talking about the baggage people at the airport, or even if they help you unload from your bus over to the cruise port. If they're handling your heavy bags, you need to recognize them. $2 a bag. If a couple has, 7 or 8 pieces of luggage, they take up a huge luggage cart. Give them $20. It's not that much. And I'm telling you, you'll be surprised at the service you get when they see you coming, especially a room steward. Make nice with your room steward and make nice with your head waiter. There's a waiter, which is kind of at the lowest level, and then there's a head waiter, which is above that. Slide them both a little extra. I know that there's tips and stuff taken out automatically of your fee. I understand that. Don't have somebody coming into your room cleaning it without offering them some reason not to. Just saying, be smart about it. And also have a heart. Just have a heart, because these people work for peanuts. And sometimes they don't even get that. They should, but they don't. So, trying to think of where else. Anytime you get booze from the bar, tip. You have to think tips on anybody that's working for you or around you. Your steward, when he sees you the first time, or when she sees you, your housekeeper, they're normally very, very friendly people, and they'll ask you, what time of day would you like me to come through? And they'll stick to it. But if you tell them one day, hey, I said 7 in the morning, but tomorrow I want to sleep in, so could you come by around like 9 or 9:30? They'll do it. They're very service oriented because they know that's where their tips come from. The cruise line, say Carnival, for instance, they will charge extra and give the people the money that they say they're going to give them. However, what they say they're going to give them is kind of naughty, just a little bit naughty. Hey, here's a friend of mine. His name is Tommy Travel, and I just watched a great video of his. He came to a little town in northeast Illinois called Chicago. He was here a few weeks ago. My wife and I had a wonderful time with him. That was a couple knocks on the head before we actually spent time with him at Giordano's Pizza. But he had already taken the day to celebrate one of the big museums here. The museums are world class. They're 100, 120 years old, made in buildings when there were buildings. Okay, more trouble again. Who's Sean? Are you? Or wait, Tommy? Do you do the moderation thing? I got the same bother again. Let me see. That I can't pronounce the name, but I don't need to. Need somebody to get rid of them. Yeah, Tommy. And my wife got on me. She's like, you asked Tommy if he wanted to go to get some ice cream, but you didn't ask me. Yeah. Oh, man. I had to pay for that one. I said, well, you're the one that was barking me about going on your diet. We shouldn't be going and having Giordano's, which she's right. But, you know, if you're going to say Giordano's, one little dip from Cold Stone Creamery, is that going to really hurt? He thinks not. We did have a good time. Tommy or Sean or anybody that sees this, if you know me and know how to do this, moderation, let me know. Oh wait, is that the thing? I think that's the thing where I go to the let me go in here. I am trying to figure out how to I got rid of him, Pop. Thank you, Sean. Sean, I believe you know our friend Tommy from Minnesota. Tommy is a heck of a guy. We had a good meal of deep dish, Chicago deep dish pizza. Wow, can I just tell you, you won't find anything on any ship that compares to that. Those comments are being deleted on the YouTube side by Down Under Cruisers. It doesn't show on the StreamYard side, though. Oh, okay, well, good. I'm seeing it come up on my screen, Tommy. I didn't realize it was only coming up on mine, but I guess it's no need to worry about then. Or is it? Do people still think I'm allowing that? I don't mind people speaking their mind, but that's not what that's about. That's just about somebody acting like a kid. We're all young once, I guess. Some people's brain cells never matured. Those comments. Okay. Oh, Tommy, I fell asleep the other night watching one of your videos. Not because it was yours. I was just exhausted. It was the night I got home. It was Thursday night, last Thursday night, and you had put that one of Chicago and the museum, and you said that you had been through the shed and you were going to go through. I believe you said you were going to go through field or the Museum of Science and Industry. I don't remember which one. I think you said you were going to go through the field, but just ran out of time. That happens all the time. Tommy and I are old mates, Papa. He won't come cruising with us and won't go RVing with him. We are too far away from each other. Well, I think both of you would enjoy both. I have always enjoyed, from the time of childhood, always enjoyed the outdoor experience. As I've gotten older, certainly my body won't allow as much as I'd like to. When I was a kid, we would take a single person's tent. We didn't even have. We had to lay on the ground on our inside our pup tents, lay on the ground, put our pants on. It was quite a fun time. But I believe this is Rob. Yep. Canada. I mean, not Canada. Camping is an absolute blast. There's a lot of people, Sean. A whole lot of people on these Yahoo group. I mean, not Yahoo. YouTube. I'm trying to say. There's a lot of people on these YouTube groups that absolutely they live their life that way, on the road, and it's fun. How fun is that? You run across friendly people everywhere. If you believe that the world is going to hell in a handbasket, don't believe that. Get out and find you some friends. Find friendly people. And then show yourself friendly. The Bible even says that. If you want a friend, you got to show yourself friendly. That's not so bad, is it? We've all done worse things. Let's take advantage of every chance to do better things. Let my beard grow out a couple of weeks and showing my true colors. Batman. Anybody remember that old series where Batman and Robin? Robin looked like he was walking around in his underwear. And Batman, I don't know what to say about that. What else was I going to say? Rob, can you text me your phone number? I lost it. It's a long story. I have a new phone now. I didn't have everything saved to Google. I had everything saved to Yahoo. Don't recommend it. Papa, I am not anti-RVing. Just that Tommy is 100 trillion miles away from me. Well, I don't think it's 100 trillion. It might be 10 trillion, but it is a long way. But if you're going to come to, a nice warm season here, you need to be in like July or August. However, I will tell you that the flowers are much prettier in bloom in like May and June. It'd really be nice if you could come in June, the latter part of June, and then stay for the 4th of July. And you get to participate in all our activities for Independence Day. That's where we celebrate whatever victory we got over the UK, although it wasn't called the UK. The British are coming. But there's definitely some great fireworks. Although, let me tell you something, Sean. Some of the greatest fireworks that I have ever seen have come off the Sydney Harbor Bridge. Oh my God. I love fireworks. I have since I was a little child. And my parents, I don't know what they were thinking. We all ran around barefooted, end up stepping on red hot fires, sparklers, and we had all kinds of injuries. Good thing my parents didn't drink. But then you could get an experience for, do you guys celebrate an Independence Day or what's it called there? I don't know. Cruising on the High Seas says, done. Rob, I caught the end of your 1 hour thing, that was going through this. I was having trouble falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep. Every time I would wake up, everybody was saying, well, we've sure enjoyed it. We invite you. Oh, hang on. Mommy's calling. Hear that new little skipping rock? Hi.
Hi, baby. Are you okay? You by yourself?
I'm okay. I don't know if I'm by myself or not.
Has Olivia come up to help at all today?
I haven't seen her.
You haven't seen her at all?
No. I
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna quit giving her that money if she doesn't start helping.
well,
She's gonna have to start, being there when I can't be.
yeah. She will if you make it sound like that's a genuine need, and don't threaten her because she doesn't want to hear that, and she'll buck right up against you. I know, but she'll just buck up against you. But don't fall into that trap.
Well, I wanted to tell you, I talked to the executive staff today.
I'm online right now with I'm online with the live stream right now.
Oh, can you talk?
Yeah, I wanted the pico de gallo and the chips, the scoop chips,
Okay.
and then
Did you go to the store and
I did.
you drove yourself to the store?
I did.
How did you do?
I did just fine driving. Walking, not so much.
Yeah. I'll talk to you when I get home about. I talked to Rita Dodo today. She works for the state.
Okay.
She goes to our church.
Okay. Do I know her?
You do, but I don't know
Okay.
if you remember her or not. Edith and Gerald Odom, they sat midway in the sanctuary center section,
Oh,
about halfway back.
okay.
Anyway, she gave me some useful information
Okay.
today.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah, so, we're probably going to have to, Pastor's more or less feeling like I need to take a leave of absence. I told him he was not in actual staff meeting today, but I told the staff that I was working toward, I was talking with a social worker, I was working toward getting, some funds together for the future. And, so they know I said, I'm not there yet. I said, I don't have numbers now to actually give you what I need financially. I said, but I'll get that stuff together and get back to you. And, Pastor, I think he was okay as long as I'm actively working toward that, but I don't know how much longer he'll extend this whole what we've been getting. The feeling that I got is possibly we might be looking at housing allowance only,
Ooh,
and that's it,
wow.
which is about $29,000 a year.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
welcome to Walmart.
right. So but I've got a couple other possible options up my sleeve.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I want to hear about them when you get home, honey.
yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. God's got me.
Yep.
And, I told Edith, I said, here's what I'm making, and this is what, your church possibly, they might, if they see that I can't make more than that, take care of you, then they may give me a little more. I don't know. They may say, okay, we're going to give you $35,000 a year or something like that. But I have a feeling they're going to want to cut it down.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think. Because they just feel like that's all I need to get. I get it. They don't want to pay any more than they have to. And you know what? At this point in the game, I'm just like, whatever. you know, if I don't have to go in to work at all and they're willing to pay me $35,000 a year just to take care of you and stay home, why not?
Sure.
I'll make the difference up somewhere else. Or I just will, you know, try to get my bills paid down where I don't have to have that much money. You know, but that's not much to live on. That's half of what we've been living on. And that means that there's probably, not sure there's going to be a prison on future.
You mean the fall?
The fall, I mean, yeah.
Hmm.
That cruise may not be able to happen. You know, if they cut my funds like that, because I won't be able to put stuff on credit cards in order to go.
Yeah.
You know, because I won't have money paid. But
I got some of the friends from the cruising community on here right now.
yeah, so I mean, you might let them know that I've had to take a leave of absence from my job, and as of pretty much today, and that you know, pray for us because they cut my pay considerably.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I don't know if you want do it whatever the Lord, however the Lord leads you.
Let's see. What did I tell you? Oh, Pico de Gallo and the scoops, the scoop chips.
Did you get?
I did. I forgot the V8 and I forgot the Fritos. I went in there to get them.
Well, that's the only two things I need for chili.
I know. But you can get it all in Meyer.
Well, how did you pay for that? Did you use cash?
I had $30. I now have 2 cents. I did that, and I did Anya's, and I got a whole bunch of stuff from Anya's that I can eat like meals without one. You know, lasagna I get from there.
Did you use your card? Did you spend any on your card?
Yeah, and it's fresh out because it won't let me overprice it.
I set it up that way on purpose
Good.
because I didn't want you going over and us having like $30 fees and stuff. I didn't want to get into that trap.
No, it. I figured when it wouldn't pay anymore, it left me with a $7 overage, and that's when I got into my money that I had kept since last year for this cruise. I was hoping to turn it into $100, and I totally didn't. But
Well, I do have some cash, so it's okay. I can put more money in your account too.
I was thinking the chips. Oh, the other thing is the Fritos and the V8 juice for your chili.
Yeah, I could put another 50 in your account, so you have some. I don't want you to be without.
Well, I don't plan on going out anywhere, honey. I did fine driving, I really did. But getting out and walking, I parked. They didn't have any parking places at Myers, so I had to walk in from a distance. And by the time I got there, I was wiped out.
I'm sure you were. And can I tell you that it's dangerous for you right now in more ways than one?
Well, I understand that.
Listen to me. You cannot, in order for this whole thing to work, you cannot let anybody know that you're driving.
I understand.
Just can't.
I understand. But if you're worried about me and my health, I'll let you know that I walked extremely slow. Felt like that little guy on Carol Burnett. And I walked very slow, and I had my cane with me the whole way.
All right. I mean, that's good, but sometimes your legs give out on you.
Oh, I know.
If you fall again, according to the information that I have, according to that MRI, that could be devastation for you. And I'm talking like paralyzed from the neck down, devastation. If you fall again just the right way, you could potentially never walk again. So you really have to watch that. You have to be careful. Okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's serious stuff. saying for this other thing, what I'm gonna talk to you about when I get home, you're gonna have to really push the envelope of I can't do anything.
Gotcha. I'll talk to you more when you get home.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too, baby.
Bye.
Bye bye. Oh, okay. Okay. I am back. Is that Brene? Is that the lovely Brene? Brene, I am 30 seconds away from being 2 hours on here. Much of it I've contributed to downing 6 or 7 pierogies. Do you like pierogies? Do you know what they are? This is a test of the what is it? This is a test of the American Civil Rights siren. We used to have a civil, no, not civil rights, civil siren, civil service siren. I don't remember. Yes. How's it going? It is going much better, Berde. I had a very tragic week last week. I got off the ship on Sunday. A couple times the ship was swaying real bad, and it doesn't take much to turn me over. Even though I've lost a couple 100 pounds, it's still a balancing act. So the ship was bad enough, but when I got off and we went to spend the day in Orlando, where the ship, what is it they call it? The shuttle bus. The shuttle took us back to our hotel, and we spent the night there. When I got up on Monday morning, ready to go catch our plane and fly back home, before we got out of the hotel, apparently, right during that time, was when I blacked out because of a head bleed. I don't know what I smacked my head on. We still can't figure it out. Probably the corner of the wall. It was hard enough to do some damage back in the back. And I didn't really know which way that was going to go. So there's that. And they started right away giving me fluids. I was badly dehydrated. My blood pressure had gone up very high. My pulse was dropping. No, my pulse was staying normal while my blood pressure was dropping. They couldn't figure out why my BP was dropping. I didn't have anything to tell them. My wife didn't have anything to tell them. They were the experts. You figure this out, and I don't know. I don't think they really had the ability. I don't think they were mean people, although I did kind of think that at one point during the evening. So the neurosurgeon came in and said, we're going to have to do surgery on your lower back. And I had this frightful feeling run through my veins. And I was like, oh my God, you're kidding. And no, he wasn't kidding. The surgeon came to see me. They made like they were getting ready to do it right then. It was serious. They were going to do it that evening. This would have been Tuesday, yeah. And I didn't know where Shelley was going to stay. Obviously, the hotel we stayed at had already filled the room. So she called and got a Hampton Inn right across from the hospital. And I got to tell you, it's the nicest Hampton I've ever stayed in. But wish I'd stayed there when I was in a better shape, better frame of mind, And they let us think, that we were going to have surgery. So Shelley was preparing for the worst. She had already got a leave of absence from her job, which at this time wasn't the best thing. And let's see, then I'm trying to remember, Bernays. I thought of you when I had Bernays sauce this week, or last week. I actually like it if it's cooked right. They come in the next morning, which would have been Wednesday morning. It's not even been a week. And said, well, the surgeon said you don't really need surgery. I said, oops, are you kidding me with this? What the heck? Because my wife, my only sister that's living, my father, who's 88 and got both feet on a banana peel, our church congregation, everyone had been informed. Everyone was asked to pray. We got to get Elder Ellsworth healed back in the house of God. Blaine's back. Welcome, Blaine. And so we were just trying to play with the medicine and figure out what worked. I've played with medicine for 17 years now. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. Just because it's a new drug doesn't mean it's better. It's newer. That doesn't mean better. So I was dealing with things the best way I could. Hey, I lost my wrench somewhere on the way back in. Blaine, I don't know how. They said that I hid all your comments. If I did, it was a complete error on my part. I didn't mean that. Let me go back to my YouTube. Okay, hold on. Okay, that one is saved. If this tells me, no, there we go. Really creative travel. What? 1 point, yeah, that must be yours. 1.51 thousand subscribers. Okay. Let's see now. What do I do here, Blaine? Oh no, I gotta find you in my chat, don't I? Crap. All right. Videos. No, that's not it. Oh, Blaine, what do I do? Go to your channel and pull up this live stream. Go to my channel and pull up this live stream. Open up your YouTube chat and go to those three dots on the right side. I got YouTube, three dots. Oh, Blaine, I know you and Tommy both are being merciful and trying to help my Peasley brain. Let's see. Really creative. It's not unusual. Anybody ever like Tom Jones? Go to your channel and pull up this live stream. I can't find this live stream. Oh, go to my channel. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, here we go. A bunch of ship.
Let me share this. Well, actually, I can't drop it because I don't have a wrench. I'm not a moderator. But
How do I do that? How do I do that?
To make me a moderator, you have to be on the YouTube side, Papa.
Remove.
And
Okay.
find a comment that I've made.
Tommy is showing you on there.
Are there any on the?
And now I've got
Yeah, my comments were made on the YouTube side.
Tommy. It's showing you and Blaine.
I find a comment that I've made, and next to.
Okay. It's showing you, Tommy, and also you, Blaine. Just like you did with Vicky. Who's Vicky? Oh, Victoria. Victoria. Vicky. Who's Vicky? Oh, okay, I got it done. Tom Jones, sure. Back in the 60s. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Amy. Or Bernays, excuse me, Bernays. Do you love the 60s? I can live on 60s and 70s. I can go anywhere from 1960 to 1980, and I'm in for all of it. I'm back. I made it to the, oh, yeah. Hello, Blaine, says Amy. I know. Yep, wait. Yeah, no. Says Fairy Dust. Hold on. Fairy Dust is Blaine? No, Fairy Dust is Bernays. Do I have that right? Tommy, you're my only witness that has witnessed me fail over and over again while you're sitting right next to me. I can fail. I would, fall asleep in a mud puddle. I just don't have, it's Bernays, okay. At this point, I'm very thankful for anything I remember. They were suggesting that I had received a traumatic brain injury. This was last week. I said, well, no kidding. I fell twice on the ship. But I will say, I've never been on a ship that moved up and down quite as much as this one. Not good. I don't know if it seemed like it did it all the way down and all the way back. And we had 4 sea days. So 4 out of our 7 days, it was saucy. But, we made it. And, but there was a lot of time I had to take some Zofran. I was terribly sick, and I had to eat up some Zofran because was just getting so sick all the time when I was there. But the ship was a little bit different than what I was expecting. It wasn't near as nice as I would have thought. And I had never taken a Carnival ship, so I didn't know. I didn't know what I was getting into. Mommy had taken. She had taken the Carnivals before, and she said that that one was like any of the others that she had taken, and that it was good. Oh, like this Lipitor that I just took. There is another sweet friend that I got to know. Sadly, I don't like to get to know people that way, but in a way, I'm glad I get to, because I can feel that pain because I suffered that same physical pain. And I have felt the pain, emotional pain that Edna has dealt with, because I had a wife that has dealt with my pancreatitis. In a way, I was relieved when he passed, but not for Edna, not for Edna at all. However, God doesn't take something from us, or doesn't allow something to be taken without something else to be given. And he is so professional with that. He doesn't miss a mark. And I'm thankful that God has kept Edna. Edna, you know I love you, honey. And I have prayed for you over and over and over. And anybody with pancreas issues. People that have never dealt with pancreas issues do not understand the type of pain it is. I've had 2 women doctors over the years, and both of them told me that pancreatitis was much worse than giving a baby. Now, I've never given a baby, and if I do, I'll be the richest man alive. But Edna, I just want to tell you, thank you for coming and seeing us. I thought I left did I put that in the chat? Let me see here. Control V. Whoops. Gotta back up off of that. Okay, we're gonna see if that works. We're gonna try it. Thanks, Papa Mozo. I appreciate all of your kind words. I'm glad to see you're getting better. Thank you, Edna. I definitely appreciate your prayers. A lot of people that don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, they don't understand the depth of feeling that we have, and that when we need him most, he's there. I don't know if you know that old song that said he may not come when you want him, but he's right on time. And isn't that the truth, Edna? When we need him most, he shows up and pulls out the Holy Ghost on us. I see you took a drink from a can instead of a shoe this time. Yeah. Those days of the shoe, that was a one time and off. I can't think about that anymore. Although, I think it was Edna's thing where I actually did the shoe. Was it Edna's thing, Tommy? On one of these, I stayed up most of the night, which I never do. But I had gotten a lot of sleep that day, and by 7 or 8 that night, I was wide awake, which that's usually when I'm going to bed. But if I sleep enough during the day, and I think it was Edna's where oh my God, have mercy. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Oh, on-time God. Yes, he is. And I may tell you, He may not come when you want him, but he'll leave there right on time. I tell you, he's an on-time God. He is, he is. Mm-hmm. That's a Dottie Peoples song. Going back a little bit, Edna. I'm with you there, right there with you, my sister. I love that song. I used to sing the fool out of that song. Oh, Blaine. Blaine's got some skills. Blaine, do tell how you got soul music in you, brother. I got a good reason. I'm surrounded by 4,000 black people. But what about you? You're down there in Whiteville. I'm just playing with you. My link didn't go through. Hang on. Let me get this drink. Let me get this link right. Pray for my speech. I'm having a time dealing with this craziness. Okay. Control V. Oh, and it did it again. Okay. Now let's try it. I'm trying to put this link. Breaking out some Dottie Peoples. Oh, yes, brother. I used to sing that at Jesus' Name. That's our church here. I used to sing that, and this crowd would go wild. I even wrote a couple extra verses for it. Oh, it was, there was a lady who lost her son. Her son had been shot, and they killed him. And she was just serious that she was going to enjoy the joy of the Lord through this whole thing. And everybody was just coming in crying. And she said, I ain't having this. She got up. And because she had talked to me ahead of time, she said, can you write a couple extra verses? And, this is for her son. And I said, well, yeah, I can write a couple, it was songwriting 101. And I put those verses out there. And by the time people got the meaning of the verses and they understood the words, man, they were screaming. They were screaming. If y'all don't have that at church, that's okay. You don't have to do that to be saved. I can tell you this, it's so much fun. It's just great to have that much fun with the Lord. He gives us a great time as well as saving our souls. We all got soul in us. How about some Shirley Caesar? Ooh, patiently waiting. Keep patiently waiting. For I know he'll bring you out. He's bringing you out. He's bringing you out. Oh, I don't know what you've been going through, but he knows what it's all about. He's bringing you out. Ooh, he's bringing you out. Keep patiently waiting, for I know he'll bring you out. I bet you had some church in that place. Oh my God. Blaine, you'll understand what I mean by this. This is not a racist remark. It is racial, but it's not racist. We scared some white people half to death. They come up in there thinking this was going to be high church, the whom all blessings flow, with him all creatures here below, with him above the heavenly host, praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Shirley sing, shouting, John, oh yeah, hold my mule, yeah, hold my mule. Back in the day, even before we were born, Blaine, they used to rock the place. I got some of their stuff from the 60s when she was with the Caravels or Caravans? I think Caravels. She was with them. Back now for a bite. Little supper is ready. Oh, yummy. What's, hey, Rob, what is on the menu tonight? Do tell. You know what? It just occurred to me. I may have done some kind of a copyright violation right there with our Shirley Caesar tribute. But I mean, I'm not making any money off of this. In fact, I'm spending money on it. So, Daniel Fields, back. Pizza, yum. Oh man, I wish y'all could come here. Yeah, the caravans. That predates Papa Mozo. Yeah, Papa Mozo was in the latter part of the '60s, as was Mommy Mozo. Whereas Shirley, oh my goodness, you should be good, Papa Mozo singing. Well, I was for a few years. For 30 years of my life, I made a living doing it. But everything is about seasons. I'll talk more about that another time. But even if it's good, it comes to an end. And even if it's bad, that comes to an end as well. You guys remember these topics so that when I'm looking for topics, you'll let me know, because by the time I reach the doorway to my wife's room, I've forgotten everything we talked about. You won't have a copyright issue with that. Oh, good. Okay, Tommy. Cruising on the high sea. Larry sings all the time on My Lives. Excellent. Hey, somebody go wake him up and tell him I've been on here since what, noon? No, 2? I don't know. He's in trouble. I'm going to have to ground him because he has not shown up all day. He better have a good excuse and long sleeve shirts on. Just saying. Be right back. Supper is ready. He was a singing man and could play those keys and organ. Oh, you talking about me, Blaine? If you're talking about me, you're right. You're right. I didn't mess around. I did not mess around. I put everything I could into that. And for the time and the place, it was the right thing. It was the richest thing. Rich as far as for the soul. It was just a wonderful, wonderful blessings. Yeah, those songs won't get you in trouble. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear you and Tommy both saying that, because you guys are experts where YouTube is concerned, and some of the things that are trouble I don't even know. And Tommy will say, "You got a troll." I'm like, well, if you know how, get rid of them. Sean got rid of one an hour or so ago. I had one playing around. Sean got rid. I asked anybody. I didn't know who was here. And so I said, anybody that's a moderator, go and, what's it say? Nothing like hearing some organ music while a brother is up there preaching his heart out. Play the Hammond keys. Yes, indeed. Ain't nothing like a Hammond organ. I love it. A B3. Woo! Get me going. Get me going. I think I hear Mommy coming. Ooh. Time for me to go, kids. Time for me to go. I want you to know I love you all. I thank you for the prayers. I am looking forward, if any way possible, to going on a cruise this fall. I know we're only like 9 months away, whatever. 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 or 9. But it's still uncertain if they're going to have to do some hard work on my brain and in my back. So keep us in your prayers. I thank you for your prayers just as sincerely as I pray for you and your family. Don't forget, Victoria May had asked us a couple hours ago if we would be so kind and pray for her great niece, Niali. No. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm so sorry, Victoria. Niali. That's not the right name. Why am I not getting this? I'm not For some reason, I'm not recalling the girl's name. Oh, you know, I am sitting in the total dark. Whoa! Can we take that down just a little? Woo, woo, woo. There we go. Nope. I'm not going to fool with that now. Nayeli. Yes, Nayeli. I'm sorry, Victoria. I was just telling the group as I'm getting ready to leave, but I was asking all our friends in the group right now to say a special prayer for her and for you, because this is obviously heavy on your mind, and we want to bear one another's burdens like the scripture tells us to do. We are our brother's keeper, every one of us. And so we're going to do everything in our power, Victoria May, to help you get through this and help Nayeli, to be made whole. I have no doubt in God's ability. I don't know what his choices are. Sometimes it makes great sense. When he does what I want him to, I always say, oh, that's the perfect will of God. When he doesn't do what I want, I say, God didn't want that one. That may be what God wants. I don't know. But I do know I believe in his power to do it. So keep the faith, my sister, and keep us apprised as to Nayeli's condition. And when first chance she gets, or you get, let one of the nurses know, there are friends all over the world that are praying and believing God for her. Let her know that, okay? Everyone else, I love you all. Blaine, Tommy, of course, Victoria May, Bernae. Was there somebody else on here? Maybe. I thought. I goofed. Rob, Cruising on the High Sea. Rob, we love you, buddy. I'll let you go because I got to go get supper too. It just walked in the door. Cruising on the High Seas. Edna, if you're still here, we love you, sister. You better know that. We didn't stop loving you. We just got a good start. And I'm glad that we were able to help you financially, but I'm even more glad that we were able to help your spirit and help you get through that situation. That's one of those things. God can keep you from the storm, but he can also keep you through the storm. Amen? Amen. Daniel Fields is here from Simi Valley. We love him and Nancy. Him and Nancy. I'm sorry, everybody. But it's so good to have everyone. I'm seeing if I missed anybody. I'm not just trying to burn your time. Bernae is here, and we're going to tell Bernae we love her as well. Fairy dust. Tommy Travels. Hey, Tommy Travels was up here visiting us in this area, and he's got a couple of videos out of Chicago. Not out here, not in suburbs, but in the city. The scenery is good because when you're walking through these mountains of buildings, the buildings are the size of buildings, and it's really a neat show he has. Tommy always takes you on a good excursion. Okay, I think I'm about through the chat. Wanted to make sure I got everybody and told everybody I loved them. I don't like parting ways without telling people I love them. Down Under Cruisers, of course. Sean and Ilana, we love you. Very happy to see you on here this afternoon. Or no, I guess it would be probably getting late at night there. I'm not sure. Seems like it would be late at night. I don't know. Anyway, we love you. My bot, or whatever that is, I think somebody said it was a bot. I love you as well. I don't know if I love what you're doing, but I do love you. And I pray for your soul Amy with Amethyst Haze Adventures. Very, very nice to see you as well. Always good to have you. Always good to see your smiling face. Rayleigh Blaine is always a kind-hearted brother. Always. Adam was looking at Eve, saying, "The Lord is my shepherd. I see what I want." Yes, and Victoria May. Oh, sweet Victoria. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging with me. It's been over 2.5 hours, so I'm going to leave you with that and let you know I'm going to be praying for you. And I love you. So if you feel alone in this world, don't feel alone, because you're just not. And if you ever feel unloved, guess what? You're not, because God loves you and I love you. Bye-bye for now.